Belgium is not a nation. It's an artificial creation. I know the Brits did it. Maybe once again we can be blamed.
Ah yes, Belgium. That country you only think about when the EU passes a boring regulation you blame on Brussels. You want fries but you won't want to credit them correctly, or you're a British tabloid editor needing a lazy punchline. It's been called boring, overcomplicated, and not even a real country by people who still think that an empire is a valid political system. But I'm here to tell you, Belgium is underrated. Criminally even. It's beautiful, weird, interesting, smart, and historically rich. A little chaotic, and one of the best countries to live in. Let's break it down, why everyone is wrong about Belgium, and why it deserves better. So, the classical insult. Belgium is just a buffer state. Historically, yeah, sort of. Strategically, plot between France, Germany and the Netherlands. Belgium has been Europe's go-to invasion route since, well, forever. Quick recap. Spanish Netherlands, the Austrian Netherlands, Napoleon's plaything, the First World War and the Second World War. But being a battlefield doesn't mean that you're unimportant, it means that you're valuable. In 1813, Belgium said,
"No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!"
to being anyone's property and pulled off one of the most polite revolutions in history. During Gnopra, nonetheless. Boom! Independence, fries, monarchy, bilingualism, and the identity crisis still is standing strong nearly 200 years later. Belgium has a federal government, 3 regions, 3 language communities, a king, and probably a beer council. And even enough bureaucracy to make Kafka cry. It once went 598 days without a federal government, and nothing collapsed. Meanwhile, some countries shut down when one guy forgets to log into parliament. In Belgium, trains kept running, people got healthcare, and junk food from the local friture were served on time. It's like political jazz, chaotic, improvised, but somehow in tune. This isn't dysfunction, it's master level decentralization. Yes, Brussels is the EU's administrative headquarter. Yes, it's full of diplomats, EU acronyms, and traffic that actively hates you. But here's what people miss. Brussels is alive. It's multicultural, messy, and real. You'll get world-class museums, comic strip street art, and the actual Monarch Abyss. Yes, it's smaller than your expectations. Food from literally everywhere, and people switching between French, Dutch, and English in one conversation without blinking. It's not sterile like some other capitals, it's a controlled mess, and that's what makes it Europe's most realistic city. Let's take a moment to talk about Belgium's actual physical beauty, because somehow no one ever mentions this. This country is ridiculously pretty. Bruges looks like a medieval fairy tale that accidentally got working Wi-Fi. Cobblestone streets, canals, Gothic buildings. It's Venice if Venice had more chocolate and fewer gondolas. Ghent is the underrated middle child of Belgian cities, a perfect blend of Flemish Renaissance vibes, edgy student energy, and just enough canals to feel fancy but not touristy. It's like Bruges' cooler, smarter cousin that still listens to vinyl. Then there is Antwerp, fashion capital, diamond hub, and home to architecture that looks like God Rage quit halfway through the Baroque period. The train station alone is a national flex. Also, shout out to the Ardennes for peaceful forests and post-war trauma. If you look for the right places in Belgium, it's charm in HD. But people miss it because they're too busy trying to find the real Europe in overpriced places with bad pizza. Living in Belgium means universal healthcare that actually works, affordable quality education, efficient public transport, and a culture where people don't glorify burnout, they glorify beer. You know what else Belgium has? Around 1,200 plus beer types, waffles that don't need toppings because they are the topping, and more chocolate than your pancreas can handle. and fries that are so good you'll understand why they serve them with mussels. Still weird, but fair. Also, high safety, strong social support, and enough free time for people to argue about linguistic borders. Living here isn't flashy, it's peaceful, the kind of place where your life doesn't have to be constant hustle, and that's rare. Let's be serious for a minute. Yes, Belgium had colonies. And yes, King Leopold II's Congo-Free State was one of the worst humanitarian disasters of the colonial era. Millions died, hands were cut off. It was a brutal system built for profit, not for humanity. There's no way of defending it. It was just wrong. It's extremely important to take accountability and action to help rebuild all that which has been demolished by the disastrous past, which Belgium could indeed do more of. It's important to note, though, that the average civilian roaming through the streets in Belgium had nothing to do with the past, quite frankly because they probably weren't even alive back then, just like any other country that were involved. Seriously though, why is it always Brits which shit on Belgium so much? British tabloids treat Belgium like it personally insulted the Queen's corgis. Why? Brussels equals EU equals villain. To Brexit-era Britain, Belgium is where the evil bureaucrats bureaucrats. To Brexit-era Britain, Belgium is where the evil bureaucrats live. They turned Brussels into a symbol of everything they hate. Rules, immigrants, metric measurements, even though most EU rules are like consumer safety and food labeling. Belgium equals collaboration. Right-wing nationalism thrives on sovereignty, flags, border control, and Belgium thrives on compromise, multilingualism, and not invading neighbours. Well, isn't that threatening, apparently? The UK is dealing with an identity crisis. Belgium knows it's complicated, and, to the most part, is embracing it. So British media lashes out like,
Belgium is not a nation.
So there's the real takeaway. Belgium isn't boring, you are. It's historic, diverse, peaceful, beautiful, delicious, and funnier than it gets credit for. It's not broken, it's layered. It's not irrelevant, it's central. Literally and metaphorically. And if we let go from the memes, we'd see a country that's working despite of all the odds. Yes, it has problems. Yes, it has contradictions. But what country doesn't? Belgium is what happens when people compromise instead of conquer. And maybe that's exactly why people should start respecting it more. So the next time someone says Belgium is just boring EU nonsense, you can say it's more democratic than most countries, has better food than your overpriced brunch spots, and more medieval towns than your overpriced Euro trip. Belgium, messy, multilingual, and magnificent. Like, comment, and passive-aggressively correct someone in Dutch. And I'll see you in the next one for more international hot takes you didn't ask for. Thank you.